If just discussing about the term panic attack gives you a sense of anxiety, then this video is for you. What you must understand is that the world that we live in is a world of forms and names. Whenever we discuss about certain topic like childhood, you immediately associate childhood, the term childhood, with certain emotions and with certain memories. That's what childhood means to you. So if you are someone who has had panic attacks in your life, then discussing about the term panic attack suddenly triggers all of your emotions, all of your memories that were associated with the term panic attack, and then you start to experience all those emotions again. Those emotions disrupt your bodily functions, and suddenly you start to experience a certain sensation in your neck. You probably anticipate that another panic attack might happen to you again. Now, what you must do in order to eliminate this sense of anxiety, what you must do to completely destroy panic attack in your life, is to understand that we do not live in a physical universe. In fact, a very reputed scientific journal has declared that this universe is entirely spiritual. What that means is we can perceive so many different things in our universe through our five senses, but it is not the truth. If you just take up an atom and you just try to study it to its depth, what you will find is 99.99999% of that atom is just energy and information. And only 0.00001% of that atom is actually matter. So, in this universe as well, when you perceive matters in this universe, just know that 99.99999% of this universe is not perceived by you. And what you must understand as well is matter is actually controlled by energy and information. The field of energy and information is the sole governing agent of matter. You and I and this cloth and this cupboard, everything is matter. But there is a unified field of consciousness, of energy, of information that controls everything that is matter. I am controlled by that unified field of energy and consciousness. You as well. Everyone in this universe is controlled by that unified field. Now let's call that unified field source energy. I like that name. What if you have a technology to communicate with that source energy, to let that source energy know that you want freedom from panic attacks, and the source energy likes you so much that it gives you whatever you desire? Now I'm talking about a certain technology that resembles a technology like Royal Society of London. In the era of enlightenment, the intellectual elites formed a royal society in London so that everybody could gather there and everybody could communicate their ideas and form a world that is amazing, form a civilization that is amazing. The civilization that we are living in right now, the carbon energy that we are utilizing, the mechanical devices that we are using right now, is a product of that era of enlightenment. And the intellectual elites had a royal society in that era of enlightenment. That is how they communicated with their peers, and that communication led to this wonderful world. What if there is a communication technology where you can communicate directly with the source energy and you can create the life that you desire? That communication, that this technology is even superior to the Royal Society of London. And this technology was given by yogis thousands and thousands of years ago. And if you study spiritual masters and manifestation experts like Neville Goddard and Joe Dispenza, you will find this very same technology in their teachings as well. And today I'm going to talk to you about this technology. The first thing that you must do in order to communicate with the source energy and to gain complete freedom from panic attack is yoga nidra. People like Dr. Andrew Huberman have been calling Yoga Nidra as non-sleep deep rest protocol. But when you do Yoga Nidra, it is just yogic sleep. It is just a form of relaxation where you are producing alpha waves and theta waves in your brain. You use your attention in a way where you place your attention one by one all over your body parts and you achieve a state of sleepiness or relaxation. Now your brain is ready to visualize things easily, and all of those visualization, all of those imaginal act is going to go to source energy. That is how powerful Yoga Nidra is. Yoga Nidra is a device in order to communicate with that source energy because it bypasses the analytical mind. Whenever there is no analytical mind in your brain, then you can directly communicate with that source energy. And when you do Yoga Nidra, there are going to be production of theta waves, slow coherent theta waves that will help you destroy the analytical mind. Now you're directly communicating with the source energy. Now that your communication has been established with source energy, you are going to create an imaginal act in your mind that signifies to the source energy that you're now free from panic attacks and you're living a life which is wonderful and everything in your life is turning out to be amazing. And provide all the sensory vividness to your imaginal act, the things that you can see after you have become this free version of yourself, the things that you can hear, smell, taste, touch, and do. For example, you might imagine that you are walking into a room that previously triggered your panic attack, but now you're just taking charge in that room. You're cracking jokes. You have your friends, family, your girlfriend in that room, and all of them are complimenting you on how peaceful, on how relaxed, on how powerful of a human being you are. You can imagine that you're drinking coffee, you're smelling the aroma of coffee, and you're saying to yourself, wow, I can finally drink coffee again because I now am free from panic attacks. By creating all of these wonderful imaginal acts and providing all sorts of sensory vividness to it, you are actually tricking your brain into believing that all of this strongly visualized act is actually happening to you in real time. Because your brain is really objective. It does not distinguish between a very strongly visualized act and an experience that you have in this three-dimensional world. Now, your brain believes that all of these things are happening to you, and it is going to send an electrical charge to the source energy. Now, the source energy knows what you want. The source energy knows that these are the things that you desire. Now, what you're going to do is you have to hold your attention on this imaginal act and keep on mentally rehearsing it. Just mentally rehearse all of this imaginal act until you start to embrace emotions from them. The emotions that you're going to derive from this imaginal act are going to be equivalent to whatever you have imagined. What that means is maybe you have imagined that you're dating a girl, you're kissing her, and she is complimenting you. Oh my God, you're so peaceful and so relaxed. If you mentally rehearse this imaginal act and provide all the sensory vividness to it, you're going to derive feelings of joy, gratitude, and empowerment and confidence from this imaginal act. Now, if you can sustain these emotions of joy, gratitude, empowerment, and all of these elevated feelings, they are going to send a magnetic charge to the source energy. Now the communication towards the source energy is complete. The source energy has received an electrical charge from your visualization, and it has received a magnetic charge through your feelings. Now the source energy is compelled to give you whatever you desire. Now everything in your visualization, everything that you have imagined will actually start to materialize into your three-dimensional world of experience. You will just start to move across one event after another, and everything that you have imagined will start to appear in your world unexpectedly. And you will start to scratch your head. Where has this secret been for the entirety of my life? Life can really be this simple if you just understand how to do Yoga Nidra correctly, how to visualize correctly, and how to embrace the emotion of your visualization correctly. Now, if you want one-on-one personalized coaching from me, then message me on my Gmail or my WhatsApp, which are linked in the description box down below. and the pinned comment section down below. Subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.